This is the truth about the birdhouses my great-grandfather built and the hell that followed them. God, I'm so sorry, Eli. I promise I didn't know. My best friend died a week after my 12th birthday. His death wasn't anyone's fault. Eli was an avid swimmer. He may have looked scrawny at first glance, but put that kid in a body of water and he'd be outmaneuvering people twice his age, swimming vicious laps around stunned high school seniors like a barracuda. All the other kids who spent time in the lake were just tourists, foreigners who had a superficial understanding of the space. For Eli, it was different. He was a native, seemingly born and bred amongst the wildlife that also called the water their home. It was his element. Which is why his parents were comfortable with him going to the lake alone. It was cloudy that day. Maybe an overcast concealed the jagged rock under the surface where Eli dove in. Or maybe he was just too comfortable with the lake for his own good and wasn't paying enough attention. In the end, the mechanics of his death don't matter, but I've found myself dwelling on them over the last 8 years all the same. Probably because they're a mystery, a well-kept secret between Eli and his second home. I like to imagine that he experienced no pain. If there was no pain, then his transition into the next life must have been seamless, I figured. One moment, he was feeling the cold rush of the water cocooning around his body as he submerged, and then, before his nerves could even register the skull fracture, he was gone. Gone to whatever that next cosmic step truly is, whether it's heaven, oblivion, or some other afterlife in between those two opposites. That's what I believed when I was growing up, at least. It helped me sleep at night. A comforting lie to quiet a grieving heart. Now, though, I'm burdened with the truth. He didn't go anywhere. For the last 8 years, he's been closer than I could have ever imagined. My great-grandfather lived a long, storied life. Grew up outside of Mexico City in the wake of the revolution, born the same year that Diaz was overthrown, actually. Immigrated to southern Texas in the 40s. Fought in World War II. Well, fought may be a strong word for his role in toppling the Nazi regime. Antonio's official title? Pigeoneer. For those of you who were unaware, carrier pigeons played a critical role in wartime communications well into the first half of the 20th century. The Allies had at least 250,000 bred for that sole purpose. Renowned for their speed and accuracy in delivering messages over enemy-held territory, where radios failed, pigeons were there to pick up the slack. And like any military battalion, they needed a trainer and a handler. That's where Antonio came in. It sounds absurd nowadays, but I promise it's all true. It wasn't something he just did on the side either, it was his exclusive function on the front line. When a batch of pigeons were